I now have to mention the benefits and goals of the exercise, along with the role of the spotters, the potential incorrect technique, and what could result from improper technique from the exercises that were demonstrated in the other video. So for the bent knee sit-up, the purpose or benefit and goal of the exercise would be increased core strength. Improper technique would involve if while he's coming up, instead of placing his hands behind his ears, if he put them behind his neck and just use his neck to curl up, or if he just used a rocking motion and threw himself into the bent knee sit-up instead of using actual core stability to bring himself up and lower himself down, it would hinder the core strength. It would hinder core strengthening, the actual progression of strengthening his core, and a result of improper technique would more than likely be neck pain, not seeing an actual increase in core strength and stability. Those are the ones that I can think of so far. Perhaps some lower back pain from improperly rocking or throwing himself into the sit-ups. Then for the bench press, it increases muscle mass and muscle strength for the entire upper body. Well, for the majority of upper body, so it builds your strength. It helps define your chest. It helps build up the strength of your triceps, which you're using to push up. Improper technique would be like the misplacement of the bar. Like instead of putting it down on their chest, they would put it on their stomach, or they would have it too high near their neck. A result of improper technique would be, of course, self-harm injury. They could drop the bar on their throat. They could, while they're trying to max out, it could get stuck on the rib cage. Most of the improper forms that I've seen result in injury, whether that be neck, shoulder, chest. Also, you have to be cautious of not doing too much weight. Like when you're doing max outs, it's required for you to have a spotter for bench press, because if you're lifting too much weight and you can't get it up, it'll result in injury because you're going to have to drop the bar and the bar's going to drop on yourself. Most racks that I've seen have these safety bars on the side, so that kind of helps, but it's more efficient to have a spotter there to grab the bar from you. Most spotters, when they're spotting for bench press, use the alternated grip. I know that I do whenever I help someone spot. We couldn't have a spotter in the video because it was only us two in there. And I made sure he didn't have any weight on the bar, so he would be able to properly demonstrate the form. I forgot to mention, you don't need a spotter for sit-ups. You don't need a spotter for power cleans either. That's a power exercise, so if they can't get the weight up, it automatically drops. It doesn't take them down with them. Well, sometimes it might, but it usually doesn't. So next, back squat, you do need a spotter. The spotter would stand behind them, and they would just squat with them as they go. In case they can't come back up, then they would be there to grab them from behind. When doing max out, and this maximum weight is usually a 3 spotter, so 1 behind, 2 on the sides for each side of the bar, so they can grab the weight and rack it. The benefits of that will be increasing lower body strength. I know back squats mostly focus on your hamstrings, your glutes, your calf muscles, so your soleus and gastrocnemius. It helps improve the strength for those. Lower body exercises usually help with power and explosiveness. He's a football player, so that would help him. That the strength of his legs would help him, be able to jump higher to try and intercept the ball, or it help him increase his speed because his muscles would be able to generate more power as he runs. So it would help him. It would help him with his sprints. He's a defensive player, so he starts off in a 3-point stance because I believe he plays linebacker and rush. He's somewhere on the defensive line, so whenever he starts from a 3-point stance, the power from his lower muscles will help him. Initially, that push off would be greater than if he did not practice lower body strength, because just that initial power from the push off. The other exercise we did was power cleans, and power cleans is a full body exercise. It helps with muscle development, it helps with explosive power, helps you burn body fat. It's great for all athletes. You have to have a lot of grip strength. It helps you when you're not doing too much, as in too much weight or hurting yourself or trying to overwork yourself. It does help with your range of motion and flexibility. Flexibility in the wrists, shoulders, elbows, your knees, hips. It is a full body workout, so that's like a great conditioning exercise. I know it's a great conditioning exercise. Like, it burns a lot of fat as you work. It's a full body exercise. It helps with the development of multiple muscles, just as many muscles as the back squat, but it goes even farther because it helps the deltoids and the traps, because you have to involve your upper body as well, not just your lower body. And it's a really explosive exercise once again, so it can have the same benefits as the lower exercise, but it'll also help with your upper body, well, your deltoids, so your shoulders and your traps. I know it helps define the muscles more. And I know in some cases with the power clean, you can go into kind of like a push. I can't remember exactly what that exercise is called, but I know that cleans, once again, since it is a full body exercise, you will see I know that it's usually used as a conditioning exercise. I know in basketball it was usually used as a conditioning exercise. I know when I took weight training in high school, that was our like number one conditioning exercise. It's one of the main lifts that you focus on when you max out too. It's just a great overall complete body exercise to use. Those are the benefits. The improper technique, the result from improper technique for power clean, you would fall, but you wouldn't cause as much self-harm. It's just if you use improper technique, like you're using your back too much, you're not properly squatting, you're trying to use all back strength, you're going to cause lower back pain. You'll probably end up falling. Back squats, you need to have the bar on your back. If you have it too low, then the bar's going to slip off of you. If you don't squat all the way down, you'll probably end up pulling a muscle that's putting too much. You're not using your hamstrings like you're supposed to drive yourself back up through your heels. You're going to be using more of your quads in the front, and then you'll be stuck. Like, you'll either be stuck or you'll have to like fall down and allow your spotters or the safety bars to catch it. I already mentioned bench press. You can hurt yourself, but most of the injuries can be prevented with a spotter, or if you know the proper weight that you should be trying. Unless you're doing max outs, there's no reason why you should jump weight or try and do too much. And that is all.